Hello, let's make a training journal. This is just an old style composition book, nothing fancy, something from the Stone Ages. I usually do my notes if I take notes on my phone, but I wanted to try something a little bit like tangible this year, so we're going to give this a go. Title your book. If you don't title it, you probably won't use it. It looks plain, it looks empty, it looks blank. We're going to start off with creating some categories. I have 3. I'm labeling it trained dogs. Those are the dogs that I've been using. Started dogs. Those are my yearlings that are getting started right now. And then puppies. You might have 7 categories. You might have 2 categories. If you take in outside dogs, that can be a category, whatever you want to come up with. Now, for each category, we're going to list the dogs that fit that category from the most important to the back burner dog. And the most important dog is just the dog that you might want more time on. You're trialing it, you're going to show it, whatever, deems that dog the most important. That's the dog that you're going to pull out come rain or shine. If it's earthquaking, if it's mass flooding, blizzards, like whatever, 20 minutes to sundown, these are the dogs that are going to get trained if you want to be really consistent in your program. Okay, Rye, he comes after Waddy. Okay, Rye's an ass. Okay, he got me bucked off a few times last year, so homeboy's paying his dues. All right, then we got Tuna. Tuna is finished. Okay, I don't care if that word triggers you. He's complete. All right, get over it. Started dog, Sweet. She's the daughter of the matriarch of my kennel, Miss Lexi. I want to get her going really strong. Now, Sweet, Hoot, and Bee are my 3 yearlings, and they don't really none of them are more important than the other because they all need to get trained to go in the working string this year. But at the end of the day, like I said, if I cannot do but one dog, that one dog's going to be Sweet. House, he's my father-in-law's dog. He's just here for a tune-up, do some stuff in the winter. Now, puppies, y'all, I bought an Aussie. Yep, I sure did. I bought a working Aussie pup. I've done a ton of research for months. I'm really craving these alternate breeds is what I call them. So I'm into the cattle dogs. Hasty is my newest cattle dog pup. I love her. I'm excited for her. I have quotations around her name because I might change her name. Punchy, he's a border collie pup that I have from a friend. I'm not worried about him. But these are the dogs in their categories listed from most important to back burner. Okay, the back burner dogs we still love. Now, they're not back burners because we don't like them. If you have a dog like that, that is a back burner. You don't like it. You don't want to work it, sell it. Okay, quit doing that to yourself. Quit doing it to the dog, all right? Anyway, so we're going to move on to the sanctioning section of our training journal. Now, sanctioning is just a fancy word for obedience. And I know a lot of people, especially men, especially cowboys, they want to skip this part because it's, frilly and silly. Okay, stop that. It is just obedience. It's not teaching your dog how to catch a frisbee and roll over. Okay, that's trick training. This is getting your dog to where they're going to load up on the flatbed from a mile away. They're going to recall from a mile away. They're going to slide, stop, and down. Okay, this is just getting these dogs well-behaved and obedient. All right, so I like to give my dogs 14 spots, 14 days, 14 works to, have for their sanctioning. These trained dogs, these older adults, they've already gone through this a million times, but I'm still going to put it down because I need to brush through them a little bit. It's been a couple months since we worked. But now with these dogs, if I go to day 5 and I'm like, you know what, everything checks out, I'm not going to hammer myself and them into completing 14 actual sanctioning works, but the yearlings I will. Now Tuna, he's God's favorite, okay? I'm still going to put him on, put all your back burner dogs on the list. I don't care if you never touch them. You need to see that you're not touching them. It's humbling. I get it. I'm sorry. Get over it. So we've got the sanctioning for these trained dogs, and you're just going to pull them out, check off day 1. You might put an A+, you might put a D. You could put D-, didn't even try for me, whatever you want. We're going to do the same with the yearlings, the started dogs. Now, these dogs are feral, all right? I didn't touch them that much last year. I turned them out for, turnout time. They load into their kennels. I have elevated kennels. They load up onto the truck. They recall, but, they don't know how to stay or place. They don't know how to down. I teach a lot of down on stock. I can make a video about it, but anyway. So I am going to make them do a full 14 sanctioning work. Now the puppies, they're different. I'm still going to give them a spot in the sanctioning section, but they're not going to get drilled or trained on like the adult dogs are. But it is just so I can see that I am pulling them out every day and handling them individually. So what I'll do is I'll leash train, I'll take them on walks, I'll tie them up. You know, I might clip their nails, you know, just handling. We're just teaching them to be good citizens, but we're not drilling them. We're not hammering them, pressuring them, just getting them used to life, right? So this is what that looks like. I'm going to number these dogs. I have 10 in my kennel right now. That for some people is a lot. That is a light kennel for others. I'll have anywhere between 7 and 18 dogs at any given time. It kind of freaks my husband out a little bit, but you know what? He's fine. Okay, don't worry about him. I'm the one who does the chores. So I get to say how many dogs we have, right? All right, so now we're going to move on to the formal training section of our journal. And this is for on stock. You know, you can have your formal sanctioning section if you want, but this is formal training on stock. Now, I only have my sheep for 60 days. We just moved to our winter range. We're only here for a short time, and then we're going back up to Wyoming on our summer range to get ready for yearlings soon. So I have to hustle to get these dogs like freshened up and started before we move, because I might not have sheep for the rest of the year. So I'm going to do 1 through 60. You might do like 1 through 30, 1 through 45, 1 through 120, like whatever you want to do for these dogs, especially your trained dog section. They're all going to be different. I do recommend putting these into like week brackets. It's kind of nice. It makes it a little easier, like bite-sized chunks. You know, you're not looking at 1 through 60 or at least looking at 1 through 7 to start. And it's really fun to kind of look back on. You know, you start checking them off, you start grading them A through F. You might have your little blurbs like started outruns on day 13, started inside flanks on day 10, like, you know, whatever have you. So you're going to do that for every dog. I'm so sorry if you have like 40 dogs, get over it, write it down. Okay, look at that dog. Stop. That is Waddy. He is my baby. All right, this is what it looks like on my phone when I do it on my phone. I just go my notes. Some days you're not going to have any notes, all right? Some days are going to be blank, and that's fine. Don't pressure yourself to make this an academic part of your training. This is just little, like, this is like a bullet journal, okay, at this point. Make it fun, you know? Get some markers and highlighters, whatever you want. Now, on the puppies, we're not training them like I keep saying over and over, okay? This is stock testing in the formal training section for these puppies. For me, at my house, in my program, I stock test my pups like once a week. I expose them at least once a week, probably no more than like 3 times a week, depending on the puppy. But for me, it's fun. For the puppy, it's fun. And to me, I'm exposing that pup. You know, this is his life calling. So we're letting him have some fun, right? And you know, with this Aussie, I want to get her going real strong. You know, Hasty, my ACD pup, she's been stock tested numerous times. Like, I'm not worried about her at all. And Punchy is a border collie, you know, go figure. Not worried about him whatsoever. So that's what that's going to look like. They only get 9 spots because, like I said, it's once a week at best. So it's just 9 spots for like the 9 weeks that I'll have these sheep. So now, after all of those, I am going to give myself some room to have actual notes, kind of like a brain dump, you know, if I feel really inclined. I mean, we've graduated college, okay? It's been years. So we're not doing the whole essay thing. We're not doing a 10-page paper per dog per day, okay? This is just in case I come across a certain day in like the checklist area that I'm like, you know what? I really need to write this down so I remember what I did to fix a problem or something, okay? So this is what your journal is going to look like. Looks a little plain, a little blank. My handwriting gets worse the longer I write, okay? It's fine. Tuna gets a blank page because, like I said, he's done. He's just living his best life right now. He's going to dog break the sheep for me. We're going to work on some fun stuff, get some videos of him. But pretty much, this is all you need, you know? Doesn't need to be a big workbook. You don't have to come in and write, you know, for an hour. But there you go. Hope you like it.